So now we're going to update this one. So I'm aiming for this type of rack. So we're going to completely remove, more or less start from the beginning on this one. But what we're also going to do, by the way, is we're going to append. We're going to go to bench press machine, and we're going to append a collection of, I assume it's the mesh. No? No, apparently not. Where did I hide that then? Save, open, check it out, because I want to grab a few things from that bench press, so I'll keep everything roughly the same. So you're not even part of that. Okay, so perhaps before I do anything else, probably clean up. All right, so let's duplicate these, add them to new, let's call them backup. I'm one of those modelers that tend to hoard things. I don't like deleting if I don't have to. For now, let's rename a few things. So this will be, I guess this is just a barbell, right? Just call it bench, no, barbell bench. That's a good name. And this will be bench itself. Awesome. That is the feet, that's the hooks, and that's a padding. So we're just going to add these together like that. Or perhaps not, because a few of these have modifiers. That's the word I'm looking for. Let's call these feet. Let's call this one padding. I'm not correct. And hooks. Then we'll add these to a new collection called, let's just go with assets. Not really that important. And save, then open. We're going back to the barbell rack, and now we're going to append that collection of assets. There we go. Awesome. I'm going to move you back. Let's face. I'm going to pick this one and hide you for now, because what I want to do now is the bottom part of this. So let's make sure this is quads, easy to work with. Select really all of them. Let's have a look. So Unreal Asset Exporter, okay. New support material. Actually, we could just do this. I'm assuming there's no issues with this site, so no, I can't even use my. All right, never mind that. Where are you? Oh, it closed. Awesome. Try that again. There you go. So what we're looking at, I mean, there's quite a lot of stuff. Remember to interchange roll twist support splines. So now export, so just changed a few names. So I've never used it before. Issue with Blender. And is there any way for us to see something in action? No. Kind of hard to tell because this is just a 4.4 version. And I never heard of it before, so I don't know. But it's Savior. Why do I recognize that name? I don't really, actually. No, never mind. Let's try and do it this way. let's see if there's something on YouTube. Let's see. We do have this. I assume this is the same asset or add-on, rather. It looks like it's for Maya. Yeah, that doesn't tell me much. So I don't know. I guess the only way to try to know what it does is to actually try it. Have you tried it yet, Alder, or were you just curious if I had? See. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I has to try it out before I can tell you whether or not I'll prefer it from the one I'm using right now. But I'm guessing there's a lot of them out there. So if one person is using it and they think it's good, then I assume it's probably good. Whether or not it's better than one I'm using, that's another question though. Where are we? Perhaps, yeah. It's kind of where we're at right now. Perhaps. See. This way. And actually gonna... Can I do it this way without messing up my bevels? I can. And do apply. This is probably really overkill way of doing this, but we're gonna try it. Doesn't have to be perfect. Let's do something like that. And I'm gonna try it this way, see what happens. Well, if we do that, then do that and another mirror over. Looks as good as anything. Awesome. Let's do a negative 45. I'm gonna do rough estimates. Right. Was it really that low on the bench press? Was it? I kind of need to know. Let's do another append. Oh, they were a bit more raised up, so perhaps, let me check. Okay. I think I know what it is. It's my... These who should be lowered a bit. Yep. Oh, for some reason, all the way down. Oh, that's not correct. This is the one I'm after. I assume something along those lines. Perhaps not. Something feels off. Not sure what it is. Let's check, because this is annoying. It is a bit above. Right? You say so. Did I perhaps increase the height on any one of these? Something, no. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I'm thinking we're fine. Might just remember it wrong. Yeah, we're fine. Again, like all of these things from a distance, the player won't see it. So, and the only one who will be annoyed about it is me. So I'll be fine. Let's see. So we have these bars on the side. Perhaps they're a bit too long. That's always like a balance, isn't it? The idea of how much will the player see and care compared to you who made the asset, because you're always going to care more. That's like the nature of being an artist. You see all the imperfections and you remember all of them. It's kind of like you go back to a 10-year-old model and you're all like straight away like, yes, that one, that vertex over there, that single vertex, it's so off. I mean, no one noticed, but I know. And it's annoying. So here's what I'm thinking. It's that this entire thing needs to be like, not thinner, not as wide. We're gonna make it less wide. Thinking something like this. And when someone happy to see it in game, you're not satisfied because you know it, you sweep it under the rug. Yeah. It's like, yeah, people give you, hey, it looks great, and all you can do is cringe, knowing, oh, yeah, I just want to get on with my life. Don't talk with me right now. It's sad that it is like that, but it's like the nature of what we do, kind of thing. All right, so I think I'm liking this thinner version a bit more, so we're gonna try and do it. And you there, and let's create a. So here's a question. Or something I think of. They are perfectly aligned. First I was thinking that perhaps the bar that went the ghost rather vertical is thinner, but it seems like it's the same width. They probably just bent it, or it looks like a weld, I guess. I'm not the expert when it comes to these things. So let's try it this way and have something along these lines. And from the side, the other side. All right. It's a weld because you have a T-joint. All right. Yeah, I can see that. I'm just going to go by your words on this one because I have no experience with these types of things. I'm just looking at something, and if it looks like that, I'm going to do it like that. That's kind of my way right now. And this way. Hello. Go. So what do you think about the angle? Should I just go by? Probably should just go with an angle that feels okay rather than anything else. Move you in. We can go with... This feels all fine. And I'm going to use a tool I learned about the last time, which is the geared one. And then you should just... Which direction is it? Come on. Nothing's happening. It looks good? Awesome. So why isn't it moving? Okay, so that's that direction. This is not intuitive at all. Okay, so it's that one. That makes no sense. So here's a question. Which one of these symbols, would you pick to rotate it, like, I should put it this way, to the left? I would assume, like, it has to be the red one, right? You pull the red one left or right. Nope, it's the purple one. And you go up, not sideways, you go up. Does that make sense? And we need to hide you. And this top one also seems to be welded, so let's just go with that. Yeah, a little confusing. Yeah. It's one of those, I assume, one of those, actually now look at it, we shouldn't have a angle at all because we're going to bridge that part. But it's probably one of those tools that doesn't get much love, right? It's been there for a long time. It's probably been like this forever, and no one's really paid attention to it. Sad reality. Looks as well as anything. So, and we're gonna do it. You're supposed to connect these. And why do I have two mirrors? I don't need two. I need one. All right, now I'm confused. Why? Okay, so I had to bisect distance. Never used that before. That was the first. Why is that? Because usually you would just push it towards the center and it's fine. Perhaps I'm going to check something. It might not be perfectly straight. No, it is. All right, if it works, it works. And merge, perfect. Might be on the thicker side, but it does go well with the bench press, so I might just keep it as is. Let's see. And all right. Might be some shading issues. Yeah, some slight shading issues. Perhaps a weighted one, weighted normals can fix that. Yep, there we go. Gotta love this node or this modifier. It works so well. Still some slight issues, but we're not gonna have a very bright or reflective, glossy probably is a better word, material on these, so I assume we can get away with it. Do I need to Can't do that. Oh, are these? They are. So let's do it that way. There we go. Oh, perhaps that was the issue, that I had faces. That was the issue. There we go. So because I still kept the faces from the move, the inside of the model, the mirror modifier didn't do the bisect properly. I think that's what it's called, the bisect. But if you remove them, they are perfectly merged. Awesome. So next would be these hooks, I guess. Here, shortcuts is crazy because it's Shift, Control, Alt, S. Yeah, that is quite. Careful, you might summon a demon. There's definitely a demon somewhere in Blender's code. I'm 100% sure. I'm also fairly a steadfast believer in the fact that I believe every hardware, every machine out there does have a soul in some capacity. I'm pretty sure it does. Because you have days when it does whatever it wants, and I'm just like, this is not what you're meant to do. Oh, my soul. Oh, yes. That's another level, isn't it? Oh, so what happens when you swap out your computer? Do you leave a small part of your soul to, is it destroyed when you destroy the computer? Or pass it on to someone else? Does someone out there have my soul? And oh, that's a terrible thought. Like a used computer somewhere out there has my soul in it. Our soul is long gone. Well, that's also true. So perhaps I shouldn't take it too hard. I'm fine. Yeah, I'm probably fine. There we go. Oh, this side. Let's just pick that one. Perfect. Cursor to selected and add a. Let's do it with cube. Really down. Actually, no, we're going to do this way. We're going to borrow these hooks. Why make new hooks when we have perfect hooks at home? And go and turn off. Now add you to the center, and then rather than moving, well, actually what we could do, so rather than moving it as is in object mode, I'm just going to move it in face or vertex mode. So my head, so the pivot point doesn't move, or the origin point, just the geometry itself. Makes things easier on me. Remove that part. I don't need you. I guess that's fine. Oh, so it's slightly different. All right, let's do it this way then. Oh, come on. All these buttons. I need to press a few of them, and I'm pressing all of them. Let's go that way instead. Nope. All right, let's do it this way. Not sure how tall they should be. How many do I need? I need 2, 4, 5 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4. So here what I want to do, which is probably too complicated to be even a smart idea. I want to use a. No, it is dumb. It's really dumb. I was thinking of using a array modifier. That will make things quite a lot more complicated than it needs to. It's just easier to eyeball it. Yeah, let's just eyeball it. So what we're going to do... Actually, what we could do instead of an array, we could use a duplicate special, I believe it's called. It's going to be an instance of what we're doing right now. So I'm just going to make a copy. And then we're going to do a Control L, link object data. So hopefully if I move one of them, the other one follows. Goes for this one too. Awesome. So if I move, I need to do that before. All right, awesome. So let's do a rough estimate. That's annoying. No, I don't like it. I don't like it. We're gonna try it a completely different way. I need to think this through a bit. Another way to tilt. All right. Let's have a look. Oh, that was loud. Shouldn't even happen because the music. Oh, that's why. All right. Didn't open in the browser. It opened somewhere else. Awesome. That sounded like it came through. No, it doesn't. All right. Can I not open you through? All right. Let's do it this way instead. Sorry, just a second. Because the sound is happening and it shouldn't. All right. Okay. So where are we? I'm just thinking the sound isn't coming through your end, is it? Should now. Yeah. Is it coming through for you right now? Let's try it again. I'm guessing back a bit. Only music? Should be oh wait, turned off the music. That's wrong. Well, actually, let's just try that. Just turn it off. It's a good thing if we can get this to work, because it should be that only nothing.
Now this next one, regardless of how handy you find those, I think it's probably one of the best things that I
A little. All right, that makes sense.
So I'm going to bring this to
I think.
just put that up a bit, and let's say I want to move things around. And
Did anything change when I made a change right now? Did anything pop more volume?
But if you just press Shift Alt and 1, all that's going to do is allow you to extend as if you'd
A little more? All right,
all of these
I'm just need to figure out which
vertices on the
knob
tip
it is.
there. And it does whichever one your mouse is closest to. So
How about that?
there, Shift Alt 1 moves those. Down towards the bottom, Shift Alt 1, it moves those. Pretty good. Definitely a time saver than having to swap modes over, especially
I'm worried that
mode, Shift and A.
more.
Bring that over to the side. And
I'm so worried that I've messed up my.
I'm in edge mode. I was selecting this edge. I was moved that around to, let's say, there. And
That's all I can give you.
just this
I think
one,
this is
Shift
it.
Alt S, and then I can move that
Good.
up.
Awesome.
Shift Alt S,
I had no idea which
or
button
Shift
I
Alt
was
S,
pulling or.
that down.
which knob I
just
was
saves
moving
you that
around,
little-
but yeah.
But
All
it
right.
is definitely handy.
Yep, that's the
Now
one.
this next one, regardless of how handy you find those, I think is probably one of the best things that I've ever seen.
All right.
Especially for something that is a free tool. So I'm going to bring the cylinder again. Let's just scale that up a bit.
Is this the part, by the way?
And
Or did I
let's say
skip
I
it?
want to move things around and I'm in edge mode. And I've got all of these
Yeah,
edges
all right,
selected.
awesome.
But if you just press Shift Alt and 1, all that's going to do is allow you to extend as if you'd selected all of these vertices just on the tip there. And it does whichever one your mouse is closest
try
to.
that
So
one more
if I'm
time.
there,
What was
Shift Alt
that?
1, move there.
Sorry.
Extend as if you'd selected all of these vertices.
Oh, sorry,
these
back a bit
edges
more.
Selected. But if you just press Shift Alt and 1, all that's going to do is allow you to extend as if you'd selected all of these vertices.
Wait, so how did it know it was meant to go up and not pulling the bottom part up? What did I miss? Resize.
Say I want to move things around and I'm in edge mode. And
Right.
I've got all of these edges selected. But if you just press Shift Alt and 1, all that's going to do is allow you to extend.
Go to
as if
7.
you'd
All right.
select-
I was kind of curious what's happening at that part, because perhaps it was the fact that it went with Control. Was it Control Alt 1 that tells it to go the bottom part, upper part? Oh, okay. Let's jump to 7 minutes. Okay.
This is going to get really cool. So if I do exactly the same thing, I'm in edge mode and I Shift Alt and 1 and I hold my mouse over the face of the other object and press Control,
Oh.
click, it aligns all the vertices to that face. I mean, that would take so long to
Yeah.
do manually, it's untrue, and you can do it in a click.
That
In
is
fact,
cool.
if I
That's really
undo
cool.
This, the bit that's really cool about this is if I just bring this somewhere over there, even if it's not going to connect, I can go into edge mode, Shift Alt 1.
Oh, that's the Machine
and then
3?
come over
Okay.
here, press
I do have
Control,
that.
and it's done it. And
Oh, and it
has
aligns
lined
that way
these
too.
up perfectly.
That's really cool.
Now, to be honest, whenever I use this, I've normally moved the object above it for some reason, but I reckon this has got a load of potential
Yeah.
uses to it if you want to do.
So it's not what I'm looking for at the moment, but that said, this is a really cool tool, and I'm pretty sure I'll be able to use it at some point during this model or in the next one. That's awesome. Thank you for that. Great. I think I have machine tool. I should have machine tool. Let's see if I have it activated. I do have hard ups. Let's see if I haven't. Well, I do have machine tool, but it might be a newer version. On this, this is 3 years, so I probably have the same one. All right, so let's see. And I kind of need to look up why the sound was so low for you on your end. Shouldn't have been. I'm gonna try something. Hopefully it's not coming through on your side. As I thought, that controls that part. All right. It's on me to double check once the stream is over. But that makes me think, is the music low then? Am I way, like, a lot higher in volume than the music? You can always increase that part. Why am I clipping? I'm not clipping. All right. That reminds me of another way we can do this. Probably it should be the way I should do this. So let's remove this part and move you in, turn you off. Good balance, awesome. Thank you, awesome. Kind of hard with like the way some behind the scenes stuff, right? Balancing these things between my voice and the music is hella hard. I was really hoping to use the Wavelink, which is a really cool software, by the way. So this software right here comes with your Stream Deck, at least a few of them. The one I'm using, definitely. And the thing about it is I can use swap single button Yeah, exactly. Or you could turn on the monitor output off thing, whatever it is called. But then it's really hard to hear. But the wavelength, though, this button down here, if I swap this over, everything I hear in my mic is going to be what's on stream. So that's cool. So every time I adjust something, and so if I do this, you should now hear 50% less, but it's still the same like volume for me. And nothing changed in my headset, but it should have changed on your side. Now that I went back to 100%. So I like it, but there's a problem. It doesn't cooperate well with OBS, which is a downside, which unfortunately, so I have to kind of still use the audio mixer in OBS and have two different stream deck profiles for it, which is unfortunately. Monitor output control, yeah, that's one you would use in OBS. The thing though is when I play music in OBS, because I have to have the music on, but then I want to hear the music and my voice. But when I talk, it's just louder than the music, which is now playing in two separate sources. So I hear two sources at the same time, plus my own voice. It's a mess. It's absolutely the biggest mess. But either way, I think I've solved it quite well. And if it's fine on your end, I'm super happy. And I'm remembering what I should have done from the beginning with this thing. It gets crazy real quick. Yeah, definitely. I was actually looking at potentially going over to Meld, I think it's called. But there were a few things missing, if I'm remembering correctly, that I was like, nah, not enough. But there were some really cool stuff going on. But it's just not enough for me to comfortably stay. No, let's just skip OBS. And let's add you to the back instead. And then we're going to do a flip. Sorry, rotate. Axis. And we're going to go to this one. Do a bounding. Snap to face project with a align rotation to target. And do center, I think. And when I do it that way, I should just be able to... That's not what I should do. Rotation, scale. Why are you flipping all the way? What are you doing? The OBS control is better, but if I'm able to do it all in the third-party app, I will. Yep. I agree. I just could OBS update that part, though. It will be a lot harder for me to justify going somewhere else. So what's going on? Why? Effect rotate. Right? That should be it. Oh. What's going on? Doses then? What's going on? What's going on? Why is it doing that? I've never seen that before. It's meant to align, right? So the face project, which is snapping to face, right? And I'm using center, which means it's focusing on the origin point, and align to target. Isn't that meant to align the object to the target then? But it's kind of doing it, but it's also completely flipping it. What am I missing? Feels like I'm making a mistake somewhere. Well, the rotation is applied. I'm on 0. Now it's okay. No, it's not. I'm really confused. What's going on? And also, you mentioned something else. Also, the way you scale it before might have some effect. True. I did set the scale to ones, so applied it. I don't know. I'm just going to check one thing before we continue. Hopefully just a minute. Is there a way to check it? Apparently there's one in Add Manager, stream summary. Well, it does say it should be there, but I can't see it. All right, I'm gonna ignore that. Sorry, where are we? Bubbles, you mentioned something. There's something called effect and snapping. Effect and snapping. So you're referring to these two, or 3 rather, because you can snap depending on scale. And I do want it to align with the surface like it's doing right now. So I assumed I'm gonna show how they work. Well, the way I look at it is that snapping, if you remove rotation like this, and we can line you back and move it out. If I do this and move it, oh, it's perfect. Why? All right, sorry, we need to do it this way. X -90. So this is where we were before, right? And we're actually going to apply this. So we were at this part, and if I have rotate off, it's still rotating. Okay. Yeah. I don't know, dude. It's working, so let's just not touch it. And I'll have to check it for some other time. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you have to admit defeat and just move on. But what we're going to do is plane axis, and we're going to do a move. We don't want to move it in X. Let's just do it this way. I'm just not in the mood to make it too complicated. There you go. Scale it down. This is probably making things too complicated for me, but we're going to try this. And we're going to do a array. We're going to do it first. We do by object. So we're going to select the object. Do I need to apply scale the transforms? I shouldn't, right? They're going the wrong way. Oh, it's working, but it's not the way I'm expecting it to work. What if we do it this way? It's moving. It is doing what I want, but not how I expected it to do it. I feel like everything is scuffed right now. Oh, okay. I don't really care, to be honest. If it's working, it's working. Now we got this. We already had one. There we go. Now we're talking. Now we're doing stuff. All right. There we go. It only took, what, 30 minutes? All right, we're on the right track either way, so let's keep going. That's the way of the 3D artist, isn't it? Let's see, I want to do... Don't want that, so let's turn you off. Yes, I have to do that. There we go. And push it in ever so slightly. And add. Let's do it like this. Because it looks like it's 2/3 from top down. And remove that part. Double this part. Roughly giving me the same width of everything else. I think that's good enough. And then from the side. Extrude. Or was it Control Shift Alt F, right? There we go. That's not what I'm expecting, actually. Shortcut. New Shift Spacebar or Shift Control Alt S. So it's not even Control Shift. So it's Shift Control Alt S. That's not what I want. No, what's going on? You just move an edge, just move it in double G. Yeah. I just wanted it to work because I learned the new tool, so I kind of want to use it. Perhaps not. Either way. Let's just do it the easy way rather than the complicated. That's acceptable, isn't it? Oh, now see, it should be further up. Right. And I assume you need to be moved upwards. Is that all for this one? I could add the screws, but I feel like that the distance we're looking at really doesn't make sense. And I should probably do the same for the bench press, but I don't know. We can always add that later if we want to. And move this over. Is there a bar? There also a bar. Of course there is. Okay. That's one. It's a bit trickier, so let's do it this way. Let's... should be able to do this and then snap it to a line, right? There we go. There's another way to do it because I can go through, right? Cut through. So if I do C, is that enough? It is. Oh, there you go. So it cut all the way through, so I didn't have to do the underside. Awesome. What about the bevel? Is that working? It does look like it's working. Should I? Where is the option? There you go. Here's working by selecting one face and then go into the desired axis. Well, I thought I was doing that. Apparently I wasn't. So let's, what if I do it this way? Let's just add you. Let's do a cursor. Let's move all the buttons. Press all the buttons at the same time. There we go. Mesh. To scale down. So if I want to move this up, let's do it in extrude. So now I have one face, left to right. And then I go to shear. And again, which axis is what? That would be the X, shear selected items. Okay, so let's just go to X, which doesn't seem to do anything. Y. So now it's working. That is working. But it's not working. It wasn't working on the previous as. You have to be on axis. Well, like you mean like this? Like a side view? Yeah, I don't know what happened, but like honestly, it looked like it didn't work. It wasn't working earlier, but now it's perfectly fine. Don't know. Kind of annoying, to be honest. Right, so we have the two bridging parts. We have the two legs, or four if you want to count 1, 2, 3, 4. We have the feet, and it looks the same as the bench press machine. So I assume this is it. The barbells are not part of this mesh itself, so I'm going to have to make them another time. So yeah, I guess we can only just pass it on to Unreal then, see how it looks, if the scale works. And also, I kind of want to show you all the work that a few of my friends have done. So we're going to look at that too. Kind of find it cute. It's very cute, and I like that. So let's see. So let's do it, because they've done quite a lot, considering we're on not only a deadline, but also, well, the deadline isn't really the issue. The issue is we're restricted on how much we can work per day, because we all have our like regular jobs and partners and whatever. So you only have like 3 hours tops, if you do that, per day. So I'm kind of happy at the progress we're doing so far. So let's do duplicate and add them to a new. Flip back up. We know they are. Let's lock that. We can delete the old one. Don't need that anymore. And these two, we can also kind of lock these down. And select all of these. Go to add modifier. No, operations, because there's an add-on I'm using which has smart apply. But that wasn't what I'm looking for. I'm looking for apply. And that was under add modifiers. Add modifiers, there we go. Now all the modifiers are applied. And let's select this way. I think that works. It's one thing I want to try. That's one thing. I'm going to select all these facing upwards. Do it. See where this way. What then? Them a difference? There is a difference, isn't it? Quite a big one. So we're going to do that for all the lat faces then. That kind of gets me to the point of, is there a way for me to select a certain type of face? Or do I need to go around, select them one by one? It's a normal one, but that's not the one I'm after. Box, black, glass, right. Loops. No. Doesn't look like it. All right. Do it this way then. This is going to be time consuming, isn't it? All about the bevels. Oh, can I mirror a selection? That's not... Okay, can I do it without it? It's almost what I want. All right. There we go. Do one side and mirror it. Yeah, that's probably the best. But I reached such a. I've gone like so many phases right now, so I'm just gonna keep doing. But that's probably what I should do in the future. And I'm probably going to regret making that decision in probably a minute or two. Happens. Yep. Like the first lesson you learn. It's easy to be like see everything in hindsight, right? Especially as a 3D artist. You're like, oh, I should have done it that way. Well, now I'm this far in the process. I'm just not going to care. Guessing there's below. It looks like it's everything that I need. And let's do it this way. Different phrase and... Oh, go for it, dude. Let us know what it tastes like, because it's been a while since I had pasta. A few mistakes. Awesome. Right. Almost done. Oh, almost done. Now, go. Awesome. Getting somewhere. So with this, I think we're ready to pass it on to Unreal. Yeah, I think we are. So I'm just gonna make sure I have the proper path for my add-on. Need to go to, let's see, content, models, barbell rack. Looks like the proper one. We need to go to content, apply, export, advanced. No, I need to go, all right. Drop out that part. We need to go the entire way to C. And confirm that all the other settings are correct. It's not. This needs to be forward in X. Otherwise, we do have a few other things I don't need. Animation probably. Yeah, there you go. That seems to be fine, apart from the name. Let's see, barbell rack 01. Of course, we need to name the object data, right? Object data properties. You can just drag and drop that into the mesh data folder, like bar. I don't know what to call it. What's it called? The name. You go. This way, I assume we should probably using UVs at some point. Or we're not going to do UVs. The idea, as far as we've talked about, is that it's going to be all vertex colors. We might not even need textures in the end. All right, so let's save. Probably just do it this way. Center Unreal. And then we need to launch Epic. Oh, welcome back. So what kind of Michelin dish are you did you make? Some bolognese, some carbonara, some mac and cheese, perhaps. We don't need that anymore. Why are these folders still here? Do I need to do an update? I'm assuming they are checked out or not under my control. All right, equipment. Turn off static mesh. We need to go to barbell rack. That's the old one. Port, new one. There you go. There we are. And what about the setting? Anything? Just pasta with red sauce and a little with white. And a little bit random thing at more. I have no idea what red sauce and white sauce means, so is that like a hot sauce and ranch? No idea. I don't know. Tomato. Oh, that makes sense. Tomato sauce makes complete sense. And let's see. Any problems? None. No, I think we're fine. So let's add this. No, let's do it another way. I think I should add it to a different asset zoo, probably. I don't think I have one right now, so we should probably create one. But either way, we can do that later on. this is what we have so far. So it's a panning camera, which you can move using the WSD. You can zoom in with Q and E. It's a bit rough. And of course, the mouse. But the fun part is the AI right now. Kind of fun. So we're going for that vertex color cartoonish style, but the characters are going to be pixelized. I assume they're going to be pixel style. And hopefully we can give them a bit more character than these guys, although quite a lot of characters in these two. So they got in a realistic lighting, love it. Yeah. I haven't really thought about lighting yet, but that makes sense. Like really contrast worlds, right? No, well, lighting aside, we don't know what to do with that yet. This looks like it's going to work. But what we want to do is to create a meter for each type of extremes when it comes to the stereotypes of a person that goes to the gym, right? You have those that goes to the gym but don't really work out. They're more like the Planet Fitness types. They don't like loud noise. They don't like sweat. They can still talk while working out. Nothing wrong with this, but there's a stereotype on the extreme side. But then you have the other side. The one that grunts. The one that can't really take off their big sweater until they got a pump. Because otherwise they might be embarrassed because their muscles, which is huge to begin with, aren't as huge as they want to. And they can still move around because they don't have biggest muscles yet, so they're embarrassed by that. We call them no-neckers, by the way. Kind of fun. The idea is to create a way to push the type of gym you have to one of those extremes depending on the player's choice. So you can choose a type of room for the players to work out in. So if you choose, for example, a squat rack, well, that's more focused on building large leg muscle, which means the no-neckers, the meatheads. So your gym is slowly going towards meatheads. So you will see characters adapt to that new variable. You will have buffer characters and things like that. And then you will also have weak, within quotations, for the lack of a better word, weak characters that are more like, well, I don't want to be here because it smells like sweat. Where's my pizza Friday? I don't get my cappuccino. My balance ball no longer in the right spot because there's a squat rack right now. Things like that. I think it could be really fun. We're kind of loving the idea, so as long as that's part of everything, I think we can make a fun game. And yeah. And right now I'm just looking at these characters running around, so it's kind of fun. But I think we're onto something. Hopefully. We'll see. The new level, let's just do a basic one. So we're going to make this into an acid suit. So the best way to do that, I guess, just put them in. You can adopt thing later on. Go, so add you to the center. Your snap is on. Let's do a full meter. Do the rack. Go. We don't need the player start to be on top. Yeah, something like this. And just to confirm it was working. Ooh, that's fast. This doesn't have... Alright, so that was a problem one of the guys mentioned. The nav mesh, which I'm not sure how that reacts to collision. I assume it's really important. Well, I think he removed collision completely on the bench press. Therefore, it's now... The nav mesh is working, but not proper. So we could probably try that out. Let's add... Let's check. What is the collisions, by the way? They made some changes to the UI, so I can't remember. Oh, where's my drop-down menu for you? Show collisions. I mean, it could be this one, but no. Or the simple answer is there isn't one because there's no collision. Block all. Project default, so there are collisions, okay. So where did they move the option to view collisions? Player collision. Is that the one? No. That doesn't make sense. Visibility. No, it shouldn't be those, right? Then let's just try and add a collision now. Let's do a box. There we go. Okay. Not sure what's going on, but do it. Snap off. Off. Do it off with everything. I don't know if this is going to work for us, but we can try it. And let's see. Get the levels. There we go. Now we have an asset saved. So, where are you? I mean, honestly, this is insane. All I want is my regular show whatever type of thing. Oh, it's over here now. Awesome. All right, so we have collisions. At least one proper and one auto-generated. It's terrible, I think. Probably. We don't know. We can go back to main level. Why is it like that? Oh, okay. I'm not going to touch this, but I need to confirm whether or not this is not proper. But then again, it might be. Okay, so he did it that way. All right, so I need to remember to ask. Let's see. All right. On to the next one. So in Blender, let's save and create a new level. So which one is next? That will be a barbell. Awesome. I love that this is also apparently a barbell. I'm not sure if that's the proper name for it. That said, I have no idea what this is called. I mean, it is a type of barbell, right? But it's meant to be able to grip perpendicular to your... No. I mean, that is the word I want to use, but it's not the correct one. Either way, it's next one, which is the barbell 01. So let's do an export. There we go. So yeah, that's a particular song I want to play next. Selection, delete. I should make a new default scene because it's annoying to delete those lights and box each time. Import. That's a nice barbell, right? There we go. Viewport, no. We need to go to this. Geometry, clear, and also materials, clear. We have this one. The question then I should probably answer myself is, I mean, I'm not too super unhappy with the look of this bar. Although we could probably update some more geometry to it. So we might redo it either way. But I probably should separate these so I can have a small list of weights, plates, right? And also, I was realizing something. They made a critical mistake. I don't think this one is the one who made these assets are a regular gym goer. I'm not sure if can anyone else see it. So when you look at it and realize, oh, it's quite obvious what's wrong. I'll leave it up. That's a challenge for the evening to figure out what is wrong with these. The placements. I'll give it a clue. The placements of these plates are wrong. They shouldn't be there. Well, that's actually not really a clue. That's the answer, isn't it? They should be on the left side or the other side of this little ring. They're on the inside. It's kind of amazing. Not sure how they actually got it on that side. That's really impressive. Wow. I need to grab a screenshot of this actually, so and pass it on to my team because they probably think this is fun. There you go. This is a permanent bar, yeah. Even then, yeah. A permanent, what could it be? 10, 5, 2.5? I'm talking kilograms right now, so it'd probably be 45. No, wait, 10 would be 20s, 25s. 15s probably. And 5s, something. Fixed weight, yeah. Well, at least one of them got it. All right, focus. First of all, I mean, the model themselves, far from being misplaced, it's actually not bad. So we're gonna keep these. The plates are fine, but we need to separate them from the bar because that is wrong. I mean, you can say bye-bye to your fingers. Yeah. Fingers, your hand. And if you're not careful, you might even get your shins dented. So, imagine that pain. Oh, God. I'm assuming a, like, experienced bodybuilder would look at this and like, wait, what's going on? But I'm more worried about the newbie. The one who's never lifted one before. Let's do this, and now we have all of them separated, right? We can do, oh, it's not even a hole on this one. Should I make a hole? Goes back to whether or not it's going to be seen by the player, right? Is it worth my 20 minutes, or probably even more, to add a hole to each one of these plates for the player to see small bevel? I don't think it is. Liarmax, I assume that's kind of how you pronounce that. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. What have you been up to today? Oh, coincidence. I'm watching from my gym. All right. What's your exercise right now? What's your routine? You doing leg split or upper body? How are you doing it? Upper body? All right. That's probably the best one. I prefer upper or arms in general rather than legs. Leg day is the worst. I had it the other day. Did some hack squats. My legs are killing me right now. Pain. But while you're at the gym, you might be able to confirm this for us then. I already suffered through legs for the 2 days in a row. Yep. Be careful. Can you confirm this for us? That this placement of these plates are wrong? I'm pretty sure they are, but please try it out if you can do it. Oh, let's see. Let's just make back up. This will be, I assume. Right, yeah. From big to small. Hello, Pounds. How you doing? How your day been? What you been up to? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you do this, Liar. The thing is, you would probably place them on this part of your barbell, not on the inside, bypassing this kind of thing that's meant to stop you from doing it. That's the thing we want you to confirm. I'm glad you're here, Pounces. I think it's been a few streams since last time. I'm glad you're doing well. Now we're going to call this... Actually, first of all, we're going to make sure that it's not selectable. And we're going to call this plate. I'm just going to go with plate large for now. Exactly. We were kind of impressed that they were able to bypass that inside ring and just put it on. I don't know how, but somehow. So we're kind of impressed. Kind of fun. All right, you thought this was the removable lock. Yeah, no, it's not really, because this part on the outside is slightly wider than the other one. So we've assumed that it's just wrongly made. and that the one who did this model that we bought might not be a lifter, might not be a regular gym goer, or perhaps they go to yeah, makes sense. Yeah, exactly. Might be a Planet Fitness goer. I'm gonna make that joke multiple times while I'm working on this project. Like, kind of find Planet Fitness to be one of those. I'm not sure if it's a miracle, but it's an anomaly. I'm gonna go with that. It's an anomaly that it exists at all. So, you know what we're going to do? I'm just gonna go a sidetrack. Just a short one. Bear with me. Let's see. This might be laughing a bit at people who can't really use their machines. They're a fun one. And this is all for fun. Let's see if I can make sure the sound is correct. Yeah, it looks like it's fine. Probably should update my internet. It's it's struggling right now. Bear with me on the poor layout and showcase, but this is some of my favorite things to watch. We're not going to have some sound on, but the fact that people do this is, to me, while life in general, sometimes really fun. What else? I believe that's a burrito or a pizza while he's doing back. At the same time, I don't really want to make fun of them because they're probably making an effort. But at the same time, just put away the pizza, right? And this one is on one side. I don't even know what to do. Like, what is this? Shadowboxing, fair enough. That's not that bad. I've shadowboxed before. Yeah, well, we'll have a look, Albert. What are you doing? All right, some poor quality, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, it's fun. People are fun. I like it. You're glad you never had this in your gym? Yeah. I'm pretty sure that, I mean, as far as I can tell, it's all the Planet Fitness colors, which is that purple yellow. And it's actually a Planet Fitness failed and it's kind of fun. I mean, the entire idea, I mentioned it before. And the lunk alarm, to me, is probably the funniest thing someone ever, and probably most annoying thing also. It's a very cheap American brand. Exactly. But the thing is, their business idea is probably one of the most genius ones I've ever heard, because they realized out of everyone who buys gym memberships, I think they something along the lines of 80% buy and stop going to the gym. $8 a month. Insane. $8. I just swapped gym to a cheaper one. A good quality one, but I got it to a good price because it's just going to open like at the end of this month. I got mine for what, $40 a month? $8 is insane. But imagine this, if you go to the gym and you make a sound, alarm is going to go off and they tell you to stop working out. And I also think there's a rule saying you can't have it too big of a like a flask with you or a jug. You can't have those big jugs. Not that I'm using them personally, but it's like, why not? It's water. It's needed. But they just like, nope, you're too serious. Just go away. Kind of fun. But just for exercise sake and having the quality gym, I'm willing to pay quite a bit. It's so important. And I do get some benefits through work, so I'm fine. All right, sidetracked. Where are we? Plate. Also can't spell. medium. You need to be large. It's a rule to avoid homeless people to abuse getting too much water. Wait, what? It's a rule to avoid homeless people to abuse getting too much water. I'm not sure I'm getting... Avoid people to get too much water. I'm not sure about that one. Please clarify that a little bit. Oh, they are used by homeless people for cheap showers and AC. Oh, I didn't know that. That's. I mean, that's smart from their side. It's unfortunate they have to go to those kind of measures, but that's sad actually. If there's no water limit, they will abuse it. Oh, so the initial rule of no big jugs, or let's call them jugs, is there because there is a group, in this case, homeless people, abusing the amount of water. Okay, so they're consuming too much water, and that is just propagated to everyone else. Oh, okay. That's sad. Just let people use the water. Or perhaps I know that in areas such as like the west coast of the US, there are times, I assume, or guess, that water kind of gets limited because of the heat. America is something else. The world is something else. We have, like, Europe, we're not that much better in some cases. I've seen some crazy shit here in Europe too, so my general thought is people are crazy. No matter where you are, you can find someone or something that's crazier than anything you've seen before. I mean, we're kind of used to it now, but go back a few years, probably 20, 15 years, and look at what people thought of the Japanese culture. With mangas and things like that. Now it's more mainstream, but when I first saw the manga culture, the anime culture, there were some things in that was really weird. I think the weirdest one I've seen is this type of Shinto practitioner. I believe that is their old religion or similar. Might be butchering the history of Japan. And the idea was that this guy got his power through the smell of urine. And of course, it couldn't be any urine. It has to be a cute girl. So that was kind of the premises of the entire manga. It's like, this is the world I'm like interested in right now. That's just what is going on. So the world is a crazy place. That's my final verdict. Where are you from, by the way, Lyra, if you don't mind me asking? Feels like it's a European word you're using right there. I mean, in Sweden we have that word. Sounds like a fun plot. It gets tired. It got tired really fast. But it was also classic. The protagonist was kind of hated because of what he had to do to get the powers, and at the same time, he was loved by the heroines. Right? It's kind of weird. Oh, that's a change of scenery, isn't it? You're from Venezuela, but you've been living in Italy since 13 years ago. Sounds like there's a story behind that trip, because that's halfway across the world, isn't it? Let's see. Just selected. All right. You moved away for like a classic reason, yeah, to get a better life. Oh yeah, right, Venezuela. Isn't that, I might be mixing up, but Venezuela was the country that a few years ago made Bitcoin their official currency, right? Because of high inflation? Or am I mistaken for someone else? No, that was El Salvador. I usually do these things with mistaking that part of the world. I mean, it's not really there's not a big knowledge base up here for that part of the world. Venezuela, probably to look into that a bit. Venezuela is the one who has a president who has a $50 million bounty. That's insane. Wait, why? Okay, we're not going to talk too much politics, but who has put the bounty on his head? That's the only thing I'm curious about. Let's. Oh, the U.S. of course. Drug trafficking. Oh, okay. Like I say, the world. It's interesting, to say the least. All right. No way. I think this bar works better. We just need to. Okay, so this doesn't make sense to me. This bar is meant to be a bench press bar. That's one of the biggest bars. That's a 20 kilograms or 40-ish pounder. And barbells that you usually would just lift like for your biceps, they're quite smaller. I think we're just going to remove this old bar completely. We're going to use this one instead. All right, so one of my teammates kind of gives me the winky face on his answer, but at the same time, I'm not sure he gets it. Well, I assume the winky face is him saying, well, of course I'm getting it. What do I need to adjust on these? So the whole thing, right? What say you? Should I add holes to the plates? Is it worth it? It could be. If the plates are by themselves, we could reuse them as like environment stuff. And at that point, it would probably make sense to have them with holes. And I should adjust the size because based on the size of the barbell, these are huge. This could be like 100 kilograms. So that's not 100, but 50. That's probably the max size. I don't think there are 50 kilogram plates up there. I think 25 is probably the max. Let's see. So these needs to be smaller. Wise. All right. So the idea is we need to adjust the size of these plates to that barbell. And we also, I'm going to add holes, or at least something hole-ish. We probably could just make it holes. It's easy enough. Oh, that's way too much. Actually, let's do it this way because otherwise I'm going to be hard time for me to adjust the size of that hole. So we're going to add, first to selected, add a cylinder. Just for the size adjustments. Or, even better idea, let's rotate these 90 degrees. Put them to the center. We can adjust them from here instead. Even better. Yeah, I do turn it quite a lot. So I have, so one of my monitors is like an extra wide one. So I'm kind of looking on 2/3 of it straight in front of me and another third on this side. Then I have my mic, so I can't really move anything to that side. And then I have this monitor on my left, and it is a bit much. I should probably invest in a new monitor arm, because the one I'm using for big screen is way too stiff. I can't really adjust it. So I should probably invest in a new one, more agile one, and move everything a bit more to the right, in my right. So that will be this direction. Yeah, it is a bit annoying because, like you say, I'm looking. You can probably almost see the back of my head. It's kind of dumb. The hell? My head. I can't even spell right now. There we go. Some progress. And yeah, I mean, I've never had 3 monitors before, never. So I think I could survive with it, but it is like you're saying. I have a tendency to look to the. Same for you, yeah. But I do tend to look to the left a lot. And I think perhaps maybe what I could do is have a third one above me, or above the first one up here. So I could have chat and everything on that side and have less important stuff on the left side, so I don't have to turn the left that often. But then I've noticed this is a streamer I've been following for a few months now. He hasn't been streaming for long, and he has his chat above his main monitor. Every time he looks at chat, he looks straight into camera. At least what it looks like. And it's kind of unnerving, to be honest. I feel he's staring into my soul each time. It's kind of funny. Boy. Is it just me, Emma, or am I just getting tired? That doesn't look round. Is it just me? That's not round, is it? Let's try something. I don't think that was round. No. God dang it. So this entire thing is slightly skewed. Loop tool, yeah, exactly. But it's just, why isn't it round? That's annoying. And how the hell did you fix? Because now it seems like the entire thing would be off, right? No, not the entire thing. I'm guessing these inner ones might not be circles. Yeah, there you go. I'm happy he made these, but some of these things are in this as a pack is, I'm sorry, I have to say it, it's not good. It's sorry. I feel bad saying it, but I don't know. Come on. There we go. All right. Is that better? Yeah, barely. Well, it is satisfying because it's just satisfying. I don't think you need to look into it more than that. It is just satisfying. But yeah, looking at that circle becoming proper circle, it's nice. Is there the bridge tool? Can I find it here or do I need to right click? I was kind of hoping to find it in the menu bar, right? Press 2? Well, just... Or I mean like in that menu? Nope. Not just here? Yeah, I'm pressing 2. Unfortunately, it's not working. Are you referring to some type of add-on hotkey, perhaps? Oh, delete first. Okay. And select the edges, or... Yes, okay. Like this, and then 2. Sorry, man. Nothing. It might be an add-on, or you activated something else. Or I've activated something that took over that hotkey. Bridge, though, it works. Let's see. Transforms. New. Going on. Here we go. Of course, I made it too small. Yeah, probably. Or it might be default, though. But I'm making mistakes left and right now, so... It might be a clue. Okay, just give me a second. I'll try to get back to where I was so we can look into that part. Something. Okay, so delete these faces. Well, we got that far, and then F presence, machine tools, right? Oh, you want to go to regular settings? I can't go to the add-on settings. What was it? Smart Edge, this one? Yep, okay. Turn that off. Select these edges, right? And then press 2. Awesome. Amazing. That's perfect. Let's move this aside. Bring up you. Oh, come on. There we go. Of course, I forgot. Not circle. All right. I mean, it's even more obvious now that I look at it. All right, there we go. It's kind of fun with this new, the fact that I'm streaming now. I've already learned to use at least 3 new tools in like less than a month. Now I'm only streaming 3 times a week, so it's kind of fun. That it's kind of purpose I had with streaming was to share and learn. So far so good. Everything's falling into place. It's kind of fun to see how the more experienced streamers like Hypnotic and a few others have been started following now, how they developed like a community and their games. Of course, that's really fun to watch how they made those games. And what is the game Hypnotic is working on right now? So kind of it feels like it's a part of the trend of simulation games with shopping elements. I think he mentioned trading card game. Bobblehead shop. He would make a bobblehead shop, wouldn't he? Like purely bobblehead shop. That's the thing he's selling. That's kind of fun. I'm just gonna go with rough estimate on this one. Phew. Awesome. Awesome. So that's 2. I'll probably just hide you. Use the other one as a reference. Oop, can't do that. Not sure about details. I think we will figure out somehow. It's also kind of fun just watching him do it, learn while he's developing it, so no worries. But that's not his first game, is it? Feels like he's been making a few more games since his time streaming. I do it this way? I can't. He doesn't have one published, but he's been making spare time, I guess. All right. I also saw Operation was live. She went live the same time as me, so it's kind of interesting. And she usually, I think she mostly plays games, but she's been working on game lately. And she is on a game development spree right now, so yeah. We'll see. We're going to have to decide on who to raid in a bit. Are we done? I think we're done. Please, so. Sharp just in case. Oh, come on. see. Epic Photon? Okay. Yeah, I think we have raided him before. So we can probably look at what he's doing. Actually, while we're talking about it, I'm just gonna... Oh, I haven't followed him. Ooh, that's not good. No, I am following. He's just not live right now. Okay. Yeah, wait. So Epic, he was the one who's making a flights game, right? Isn't it? All right. So okay. So I got that. All right. Cool. Yeah, that looks like a cool project because there's an old game here in Sweden where you, well, first it started out as a car-themed game where you had to build your own car from scratch and you upgraded the scraps as if, but it has this really relaxed, laid-back feeling to it. And I kind of got the same vibes from his game, although more updated, more landfall-esque art style to it, you know, totally accurate battle sim, that type of game, although maybe a bit more refined, less polygon, or a bit more polygons rather than the new ones. And so yeah, I love the feeling. So, and he had a demo, I think, but we should probably look at that at some point. It'll be fun. But first, before I play anything else, I need to play Amnesia. That's my goal. I don't know when, but as soon as I'm no longer a coward. So I am a big coward when it comes to horror games. Playing horror games, don't like it as much. Love looking at other people playing it and reacting to horror. Same. Yeah. It feels like a lot of people might feel that, recognize themselves in that feeling. And let's move you out from that. Delete you from that. We don't need your part. All right, so with this, I think we have a 10, 5, 2.5, or perhaps 5, 10, 20, or 25. I feel like that might be a 20 or 25 kilo. Perhaps a 10. It's thicker than a 10. I think, though, this is it for today. We made progress. And we did get to see the new updates to the game, which I think is fun. I'm just going to play that again because it's kind of fun to watch. So if we could keep this progress up, we're going to reach some point where we have a bit of a... What you would call it? Slow progress. Let's just go with that. I can't really think of anything else right now. Hello, Evil. Yes, thank you. Have you been lurking around? Or have you actually been chatting? I think I'm really tired, by the way, right now, so my memory stretches about 30 minutes back. Yeah, I think we got something really nice going on right now. Yep, as in you've been lurking or you've been chatting. Let's go with lurking. So what we're hoping right now is to get more of the characteristics of the players in, or these NPCs. And of course, we want the player to have some control over what's happening, which types of rooms you'll have, and what types of equipment you'll give your players. But I think that's in the slightly distant future. We have to see what availability people have. Because we do have, which is a scary thought, in real life, things, IRL stuff, right? Touch grass and things like that. It's kind of scary, but it's necessary, unfortunately. I've been lurking since I checked my email and saw you followed. 10 minutes? All right. Well, I feel like I need to get better at that following part because many people follow me, but I tend to not avoid, but forget to follow them back. And I feel a bit guilty about that, especially if people are active streamers. And I need to create some kind of shout out rule. I noticed the past few raids I've done, there's always a shout out, so I probably need to do something similar. So we're going to do that when time is available, because right now that is the thing I lack the most: time and energy. But that is always an issue. All right, so what say you? Should we have a look at Operation or Hypnotic, or should we try someone else today? Someone we haven't raided before. Do we have someone we would look at? How about we try this tool I have? The Cobbler live? Is he live? I'm not sure. You're hypnotized by all the movements. You mean of the NPCs? Yeah, it is kind of hypnotic, isn't it? See. Boolean. Who is this? Let's see. Can I search? Who are you? It's his last stream before vacation too, so probably should give him a bit of a bump before he heads off. Survival game in Godot? That sounds like fun. Alright, let's give it a shot. Alright, so start raid. So everyone, thank you for showing up. Next time is Saturday, because it's Thursday day, so this week really went by fast. And if you like what I do, please consider giving me a follow or join me on YouTube. And I'm gonna do some changes in YouTube. We're gonna do some different types of videos, which I think could be interesting, a lot of fun to do. Please join me there, Every Kingdom Studio on YouTube, and I'll see you on Thursday of this night. Thank you, Cobbler. And of course, Cobbler, you're the man, and everyone else, have a good evening, good morning, good afternoon. See you on Saturday. Bye-bye.